There's been a lot of talk about a possible Gremlins reboot. The assumption up to this point is that the original director, Joe Dante, would be involved as either a director or a producer, but in a recent interview, Dante states he's not involved in any way. Dante said the following: "I'm not involved with it. It's something we hear about every 6 months for the past 5 to 10 years. I know there have been many attempts to do it. It's tricky because the rights are jointly owned by Warner Brothers and Steven Spielberg's Amblin, so you've got to jump through 2 hurdles to get your idea approved. I know a lot of very well-known people have come up with ideas for another Gremlins movie, and nothing ever happened. I do know, however, there's a script being written now, and the tricky thing is that I'm not sure that the people making the movie now understand what the original appeal was of the first movie, which was not beloved by the studio until it started making money." Dennis, what word would you use to describe Dante's comments?
He sounds kind of bitter, doesn't he?
Bitter's a good one.
I think he's not happy that he's, one, not involved with the project, and 2, he doesn't seem to like the direction that they're going in. And he also, I think he echoed sentiments about the Gremlins sequel as well, that he did work on, that they didn't really care about the movie until it made money, and they just wanted to use the Gremlins name. And I think he thinks that's what they're doing now.
Right.
Mary?
Yeah, I agree. I was kinder, and when I read this, I thought, what word would I choose? And I think it's maybe really skeptical. He's just skeptical about the whole thing. And if you watch Gremlins, I just watched it recently. It was on, and I hadn't seen it in so many years. It's really unique. I mean, it's a comedy, and it's kind of horror if you're young enough for it to be scary. And there's all these incredible effects that are physical effects and practical effects. And it's kind of interesting to think how they would recapture that, because it really is a particularly unique film. And I know you always talk about how you're not precious about remakes or reboots, and it's okay to revisit material. But in this case, I really understand kind of where he's coming from, because how are they going to recapture that? It's such a unique film and so of its time. I get it. I could see why he's kind of questioning. So.
Well, even though he sounds bitter, I'm not saying he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I think the word I'm going to use to describe his comments is concerning. It's concerning as a film fan. I think I mean, we don't know the story behind the story, though, right? I mean, is this a situation where, you know, he went to the studio, here's my idea, and the studio said we don't like it, and now he's just, well, then anything you do sucks. Or is it him, as somebody who loves the creation of his state, might say, I don't think I'm comfortable with the direction they're going. I'm going to go with that one for now and say that these comments are concerning. One of the most interesting things, though, that he points out, this goes back to a discussion we have an awful lot regarding things like why can't Sony and Marvel work together and have Spider-Man and things. He makes a really interesting comment that I think sheds a lot of light on the whole film-going process. He says, look, you got Warner Brothers and Amblin have the rights to this. And he says it's almost impossible getting both of them to give sign-off on an idea. And those are two bodies that have shared mutual interest, and it's almost impossible to get it done. So, you know, talking about the whole thing about trying to get, why doesn't Sony and Marvel work together and have Spider-Man in an Avengers film? Because it would be impossible. Yeah. You would never get a single idea. It would take years to get the first scene approved. But yeah, this is concerning, and it does, you know, to me, recently, it sounded like this was almost a done deal. And like it really felt for a while, like, oh yeah, great, it's just inevitable. They're going to be announcing a release date soon. And it sounded like Spielberg was involved. It sounded like he was involved. It sounded like all these original guys were involved, maybe not directing or whatever, but producing, overseeing things. And now it's like that blanket, that carpet's been pulled out from under my feet of, yeah, you were getting your hopes up? Yeah, too bad. And he's not even involved, and he's skeptical, doesn't like it. I cast a big shadow over all of this.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.